Hello everyone, Jen here, and take a look at this. World of Tanks 8.0 is now live. The download appears to be a 1,259.92 megabyte or 1.2 gigabyte download, which I'm currently at 3%. And the reason I'm making this video is to let everybody know, hey, 8.0 is out, and it is a major change to the game. If you've played World of Tanks before, definitely it's time to get back into it if you're not playing it now. And if you have never tried World of Tanks, now is a great time to get into it. It's a extremely fun game. I have a review for it. I'll post a link in an annotation that you'll see right now. And let's take a look at the update notes roller quickly. Adding a few new Russian tank destroyers, 4 of them. Adding some premium tanks if you're into purchasing premium tanks. Some new achievements if you're into gaining achievements. And one of the major things that it's adding is physics. The physics model for tank movement has been drastically changed. Tanks will now be able to ride over ledges, drive through rivers, push enemy and allied vehicles, which is fantastic. Camouflage. Camouflage has been changed. Up to 3 camouflage patterns, summer, winter, and sand can be purchased and stored on each vehicle. The pattern will be selected automatically depending on the classification of the map. If there are no appropriate pattern, then no camouflage will be applied. Camouflage pattern now gives 5% camouflage bonus to the vehicle characteristics. And before this release, camouflage was purely cosmetic. And it looked pretty good on tanks, I think. And I had always wondered why it really didn't, I wondered why it didn't add to your camouflage. And now it does, which is fantastic. Game modes added the ability to execute assault and encounter from the random rotation. That's a good thing, but normally I do random, just plain old random. User interface, tech trees have been updated. Battle statistics have been updated. Audio, improved firing sounds, improved suspension sounds, new sounds all around. Balance the levels for all sounds, which is good because you would get this constant, the burning or the grinding sound would usually be a little bit louder than everything else. At least that's what I found. Graphics. As a partial implementation of the proposed improvements for the graphic and rendering formulas, first iteration of new rendering graphics. Fantastic. And they've changed some of the maps. Vehicle rebalancing, which is something you'll want to pay attention to if you particularly play any of these listed vehicles. Want to know if your tank has been nerfed or buffed? Check it out. And it goes quickly through the vehicles here. And some fixes, which are kind of basic. Alright. So, 8.0 is out. New physics model for vehicle movement. That is a major change. It'll really change the way maps are played, in my opinion, because beforehand you really had to go into certain lanes. You couldn't just drive over the side of a small hill, or the side of, if you saw a rocky side, you knew you couldn't go that way, which was kind of crappy. New and improved graphics, fantastic. New camouflage system, which is fantastic. 4 new Russian tank destroyers, fantastic. The first British premium vehicle, which is Matilda Black Prince, and that's good if you actually purchase vehicles. I don't. You don't have to. And some people like to purchase vehicles. Some people like to pay, for higher end vehicles or whatever. But you don't have to. And I don't think that really makes the game a pay to win situation. A lot of people will argue with that, and that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But I think the game has a lot to do with skill, more so than what vehicle you're driving. Now you could have a super tank, the ultimate armored tank with 2,000 hit points and plow through whatever, but you still have to aim, you still have to dodge, and you still have to try to remain unseen as long as possible, because if you once you're seen, once you're spotted, you are targeted, not only by every tank around you, but by the artillery of the opposing team, which are working their way to destroying you as quickly as possible. So, even though you can purchase tanks, I still feel that skill plays a greater role than what vehicle you have. Because I've seen wimpy tanks run circles around heavily armored tanks and blow them up eventually. And I've also seen artillery both dominate and both be totally destroyed within the first few minutes of the match. So really, it's a matter of skill. Anyway, World of Tanks is a totally free-to-play game. You don't have to pay anything to play the game, but you can purchase things in the game if you choose. You don't have to. And I have a review of it, which, of course, is the annotation you see. And you should try it out. It's new, improved, version 8.0. I hope to see you on the Bountyville. Add me to your friends list. My name is Jen VG in the game. Anyway, this is Jen, and thank you for watching.